Welcome, Libra. This one is for you. This is Tarot Lumination with your Aquarius new moon eclipse, February 15th, 2018, little micro report, okay? Uh, this eclipse is happening for you in your astrological fifth house. And so that's affecting like your creativity, your joy, your self-expression, your happiness, your fun, your romance, your business, your risks, your uh, very much to do with creative self-expression here. But even more for a lot of people, they might feel it most in their love life. So if you feel like at some kind of deep level inside of you, Libra, that there's big changes happening in your love life, romantically speaking, then that would make perfect sense. It's like the end of an old way and the opening up of a doorway into a new way of being that is yet to be discovered. Okay, that's the whole thing about eclipses. We're heading into the unknown. It's very stark, and there's often not a lot of guidance. So we feel as though it's a little bit intimidating sometimes. And like, what do we have to hold on to in terms of reference points? But that's part of evolution. One way of being dies off, and a whole new way of being unfolds. So let's have a look. For you, let's have a look. Cards are already well shuffled. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals, sorry. And we're just going to dive right in here. Just try to get straight to it, okay? All right, Libra. I'm going to do the best I can for you, all right? Let's have a look here. And we're going to just, let's take it for granted that our angels are present. Tarot Illuminations and yours, alrighty? Now here's the situation, here's the challenge, here's how we're going to deal with it, all right? And circumstantially, let's have a check, see what's going on around you, and so that you can make the best of it. So you've got a death card here, so it's an indication of deep transformational changes that are irreversible. And so in some ways that could be very daunting to you. Maybe it's happening right in front of your face and you can't even see it. Or maybe it is right in front of your face and you can see it and it's a bit daunting. Or maybe it's happening at a very, very guttural level, deep inside, and you can feel the rumblings, sort of like a low-level earthquake, but you can't maybe put it in words. But either way, the transformation is there. And the thing about the energy of transformation is if you try to fight it, of course, you can bring a lot of unnecessary pain and suffering to yourself. So the whole thing about transformation is allowing it to occur. It's almost like you might as well just say, bring it on. You know what? Just bring it on. I don't care anymore. Just bring it on. Let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay. My feeling here with the Page of Swords in this position is that there might be a desire to, let's say, call it out. Like if there are things going on that you can feel that are happening in the relationship dynamics with love life, creative self-expression, where your sense of innocence is being exposed and challenged here, where no matter how mature you might have felt you were or stable that you were in this part of your life, you're realizing that things are going on that kind of like, wait a minute, don't make sense. Wait, what's happening here? And so you might be either in the process of calling it out or thinking or feeling like it's time to call things out and bring some clarity and the truth to the situation, almost to the point like saying, hey, excuse me, people, what is actually going on here? In the love life or in the business or my creative self-expression, I would like to know, because I need to know like who I am and where I am in the big scheme of things. So if you don't mind, I'm going to call it out. What's going on with you, so to speak? And you know, that's understandable if this is as unsettling as it could be. And this could be like the part of you that's saying, you know what, let's just put this out on the table. Let's bring this on. What the heck is going on in this love situation, our business, what we have going on here with what we do. So, and even with yourself, you might be even questioning yourself, like, what the heck am I doing with my life now? Because things are coming to an end, like it's a big cycle. Think of what happened to you if you can go back that far, like 19 or 20 years ago, because this is like an action replay of that thing. You might have gone through some epic changes at that time. So my feeling that this is kind of an expression of trying to handle the things that might be uncomfortable and unsettling simply by calling it out and saying, you know what, we need to deal with this. Now, of course, you understand once you do that kind of call out type energy and it shakes and rattles things up, you could get caught in the dust or the rubble that's kind of falling. You know, if you're knocking down altars, if you're starting to like open the curtains and expose the truth about what's going on here, you may or may not like what you see. But the point and thing is, it's like you're at the point where you don't care anymore. You want to know what's actually going on because you need to evolve and grow and live, transform and everything. So, awkward. What's the challenge here? Okay, well, this has been coming up a few times now. The challenge is like, it's almost like to actually live through the experience of the transformation, live through the eclipse experience. The eclipse is like certain things in your life are being eclipsed out. Certain things are being eclipsed in. It's the beginning and the ending. It's the end of one way of being and the beginning of a new way of being in that part of your life. The Aquarius part of your life is very much to do with love and romance, creative self-expression, being fun, having fun, being happy, making kids, all that kind of fun stuff. So the challenge might be here just accepting what's happening because it's like so disorienting, like it's very hard to accept. So the challenge is, how do you handle something that's so disorienting to the point where it's almost like everything seems to be turning into nonsense around you, like what you thought was your reality in terms of that part of your life is becoming apparently not what you thought it was. And that can be very, very disorienting. Like, like, you know, that feeling like when you discover that everyone's playing a role in your life as opposed to being their true selves. And you wake up next to someone and you look at them like, who the heck are you? I thought, what? And then you realize not only have they changed, but you are changing too. And it's kind of irreversible. And it can, some ways it can be so shocking. Like, how could this have happened? How am I supposed to deal with this? This is very, very challenging. It's all like your whole reality becomes in question when it comes to like the things that turn you on, your passions in life. Like, what am I doing in my love life? What am I doing in my business? What am I doing that makes me happy? And what's not working? Oh no. And it's living through that. That's the challenge. So how do you deal with it? Well, my feeling here with the Queen of Pentacles is to allow the experience to be a learning experience. Like getting things back into reality where this is a really good chance for you to like take a good look in the mirror and figure out like, well, actually, instead of worrying about what's happening with everybody else and all those things that we talked about, what's actually happening with me? Like, like there's nothing wrong with me. It's just like, wait a minute, I'm still my own awesome self and I'm going to continue to be my own awesome self, but I'm going to have to look at everything from a whole new perspective now and recalibrate my values, what I love about my others and what I'm willing to share with others, the gifts that I have to offer others, and then reconfigure about what I'm going to do with all of this. And so that you are not dishonored or disrespected, and so that you do not dishonor or disrespect others in the process. And there has to be a very strong, like egalitarian feel here with the Aquarian energy of live and let live. In other words, there's no point in trying to force a situation that is being eclipsed. In other words, if things are inevitably changing and certain ways of the old are dying and certain ways of the new are unfolding, there's no point in trying to fight that or pretend it's not happening. The only way to handle it is understand very, very gracefully, like, okay, well, if this is how it's going to be, then I'm going to have to recalibrate myself completely. If that means, you know, the end of what we've got, then sure, okay, I'll take my gifts and talents somewhere else, and you can enjoy your gifts and talents somewhere else too. Thank you very much. No harm intended, no insult, no apologies needed, no excuses, no pardons needed. Like releasing everything, surrendering everything to the great unknown, allowing the movie to unfold, and not be scared of where it's heading. There's no way to know because there's no spoiler alerts here. There's no way to know what the ending is. The only thing to do, the only thing you can do is live through the transformation itself. Okay? So all the best, okay, Libra? All the best. Bye.